Henry stole $5 million.
What are we gonna do?
This is the happiest day of our lives.
If a movie is really fun to make, then it's really gonna be kind of iffy. If it's like a real chore or labor of love to make, and it's kind of like every day is like an uphill battle, it turns out pretty great. And that was the story of this movie.
There should be like the movie within the making of the movie, because that would be a comedy. It wasn't a comedy at the time, but of course we can laugh about it now.
We were filming on a low budget.
We didn't have the kind of money or the resources that one would normally have on a big feature.
He doesn't know this is my life savings.
$5 million!
I've been frugal.
The only way they could get the financing is if we shoot this in Bucharest, Romania.
What are you, insane?
Whatever it takes, I'm making the movie. That's it. I'm not giving up. We're gonna go to Bucharest.
But it's not our money.
It is now. Go and pack.
We're doing this movie that takes place in Hoboken, and we're gonna shoot it at a studio in Romania. Okay, interesting.
We were really dealing with so many issues in terms of just getting the money and getting the green light and getting the locations and the timing and getting all the cast together. It's like the movie's all mayhem, and then there's the movie within the movie, which is what's happening, off the set.
We shot this in Romania, at which time I was bitten by a dog. So I was getting rabies shots for 6 weeks throughout.
This is an omen. It is God telling you to give the money back.
I'll deal with God when we get to Barcelona.
The earthquake hit us in the middle of the night.
And he's got 2 first-class tickets to Greece.
He's just gonna put a gun down my throat trying to get me to tell him the truth about where the money came from, and then the ground is shaking. So I was like, I'm gonna die right here in Romania.
Oh.
Get a load of him.
Like a contraption that was built for me on the stairway, which was guaranteed to perfection. Leslie and I said, well, if it's so great, such a great contraption, why don't we have the stunt team try it out? And it collapsed.
Are you nuts?
Shooting in a country where hardly anyone spoke our language. So, thank God for the hotel, though. We were in a nice hotel. There were stray dogs and gypsy kids outside of the hotel.
There is a hotel. There are a couple. And I actually took the presidential suite after a while, just to make myself feel important. It was like $35 a night.
Tomorrow he'll come to the office looking for me and his briefcase. But by then, we'll be thousands of miles away, booked in some Spanish hotel as Mr. and Mrs. Cha-Cha-Cha. Olé!
We actually built Hoboken in Romania. Could you imagine? We actually built Hoboken in Romania.
You wouldn't expect a place that has a couple of sound stages that's in the country 30 miles away from a hotel by wheat fields to have outdoor sets that can simulate. Leslie was able to make this street appear exactly like the street that it represents in Hoboken.
These artisans over there, they built Hoboken around a corner. Unbelievable. Oh my God, Romania. We're doing a farcical comedy, which is a huge hit on the London stage, with a crew that doesn't speak English.
The briefcases have moved to Thailand. Good day.
And usually when you're doing comedy, it's kind of like, hey, huh? Crew's laughing. They're digging it. We're working it. Right over their heads. Not a thing.
I thought he was Mr. Nasty.
There's a couple of visual gags, as it were. That's when we got some response, probably.
There are 6 or so English-speaking actors. Everybody else is Romanian. And Leslie's trying to direct them and block them.
Action!
We're on a soundstage. Beautiful the way they built it. Beautiful, gorgeous house. And then you get people to fill it up, and they're mostly Romanian people who are out of work.
I've worked very hard for more than 20 years, and at long last, I finally got my golden apple.
In spite of the fact that we were shooting in Romania and we were under tremendous pressure and there was many challenges as a result of that, and we shot in Costa Rica and we did shoot in New York as well, so we were all over the place.
London, Paris, Baghdad, strike that.
Everything seemed like it would not get done on time, but it was done on time. The street was there. The New York cabs and cars and whatnot were there.
I hope Leslie does write the book because the stories are that rich. What to do and what not to do about making a movie in a strange land.
For a movie that cost $5.50 to make, and it came off looking like a big Hollywood picture.
I really commend our wonderful director-writer, Leslie Greif, for holding it all together.
It was very spontaneous, it was very on the moment.
It's one crazy big screwball comedy. I personally think it's a very funny movie.
It was an experience I'll never forget.
It's all about the money.